Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Rachel from Evelyn and Peter, and today I'm going to show you how to make this cute little miniature mushroom. If you're following along with my Woodland Christmas Garland, this is the pattern that I use in that tutorial. So I will be linking all the other patterns as well in the description if you wanted to make the others. And you're just going to need 2 different colors of worsted weight yarn, a pair of scissors, a needle to weave in your ends, just a tiny bit of polyfill stuffing, and then a 4mm crochet hook. You're also going to need a stitch marker to keep track of your rounds, and we're going to start off with the top of the mushroom. So pick whichever color you're going to use for the top, and you can just create a slip knot and then insert your hook and pull tight. And so for this pattern, we're going to be working in continuous rounds, so there's no joining or turning, and we won't be chaining after each round. So to start us off, you're going to chain 2, and then we're going to be working our stitches into that very first chain made. So in the chain that's furthest away from you, you can insert your hook and then work 4 single crochet stitches into it. So insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. And then in that very same spot, insert your hook and work a 2nd single crochet, and then again a 3rd single crochet. And then a 4th single crochet. So you should have 4 single crochets, and now you can go ahead and place your stitch marker to keep your spot for the start of the round. So you can just go ahead and remove your hook and add in your stitch marker. And now we will be beginning round 2. So for this round, we are going to be working 2 single crochet stitches into each stitch around. So in that very first single crochet, work 1 single crochet and then a 2nd single crochet into the same spot. So that's 1 increase and a total of 2 in the same stitch. Do the same thing in the following stitch, 2 single crochet into it. Do the same thing into the 3rd stitch, work 2 single crochet into it, and then the same thing into the 4th as well. So at the end of this round, you should have a total of 8 single crochet stitches by increasing in each stitch all the way around. So once you've worked your way around, you can go ahead and move up your stitch marker to the current loop that's on your hook, and now we will be starting round 3. And so for this round, in that very first stitch, we're going to be working 1 single crochet, so just work 1 stitch into it, and then you're going to increase in the following stitch. So in the 2nd stitch, you're going to be working 2 single crochet stitches into the same stitch. And you're just going to repeat that all the way around. So 1 single crochet, increase in the next, 1 single crochet, increase in the next. So you should have a total of 12 single crochet at the end of that round, and then you can go ahead and move up your stitch marker, and for round 4 you're just going to be working 1 single crochet stitch into each stitch around. So no increasing in this round, just work 1 single crochet in each stitch until you reach the stitch marker. Okay, and once you've worked your way around, go ahead and move up your stitch marker, and now we will be starting round 5. And for this round, you're just going to be increasing in every single stitch around. So you have a total of 12 single crochet, and you're going to work 2 single crochet into each of them. So you're just going to increase in each stitch, and at the end of this round, you will have a total of 24 single crochet. So just in that very first stitch, work 2 single crochet and repeat that all the way around. Okay, so once you've worked your way around, you can go ahead and remove your stitch marker and then just slip stitch into the next stitch in the round. So just yarn over, pull through the stitch and pull through the loop on your hook, and then you can go ahead and cut your yarn. Make sure you pull the tail of yarn all the way through, and now you can just go ahead and set this aside, and we will be working on the bottom of the mushroom. So now you can go ahead and grab your second color of yarn. Start off the same way by creating a slip knot, and now we are going to chain 2. And we will be working 6 single crochet stitches into that very first chain that we made. So in the chain that's furthest away from the hook is where you will be inserting your hook and working your single crochet. So do this a total of 6 times. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 until you have 6 single crochet. Okay, so once you have your 6 single crochet, you can go ahead and add your stitch marker in to keep your spot, and then insert your hook back in. And for round 2, we're just going to be increasing around. So again, when you increase, you insert your hook into that very first stitch, work your single crochet, and then work a second single crochet into the very same spot, and do that same thing into each stitch all the way around for a total of 12 single crochet stitches. Okay, so once you reach the stitch marker, go ahead and move it up, and we will be starting round 3. And for round 3, we're going to be working 1 single crochet into each stitch around, but this time we're going to be working it into the back loop only. So normally we would work it under both the front and the back loop so that there was 2 loops on our hook like this, but for this round we are going to be working it on the back loop only, which is this one, and it's the loop that's furthest away from us. And then once you put it in that back loop, you just work your single crochet stitch as normal. So again, instead of putting it under both loops, just put it under the loop that's furthest away, and then work your single crochet stitch as you normally would. And you're going to do this in each stitch all the way around. So back loop only, 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way around to the stitch marker. Okay, so once you've worked your way around, you can see that it's kind of folding up on itself, which is what we want it to do, and that is the bottom of the mushroom. And it also created a little line detail on the edge since we worked in the back loop only. So you can go ahead and move your stitch marker up, and now we will be working round 4. And for round 4, you're just going to be working 1 single crochet into each stitch all the way around. This time, do it under both the front and the back loop like normal, and just do it all the way until you reach the stitch marker. Go ahead and move your stitch marker up, and now we will be working round 5, and round 5 is just a repeat of that. So work 1 single crochet into each stitch all the way around for a total of 12 single crochet. Okay, so now we will be starting round 6. You can go ahead and move up your stitch marker, and for round 6 we will be doing some decreasing, so I'll show you how to do that. So you're going to work 2 single crochet for the first part of this. So just in the next stitch, work 1 single crochet, and then into the stitch directly after that, work 1 single crochet. And then we are going to be working a decrease or a single crochet 2 together. So insert your hook into the front loop only of the following single crochet stitch, and then go ahead and insert your hook directly into the stitch right after that in the front loop only as well. So you have your hook in the front loops of the next 2 single crochet stitches, and you have 3 loops on your hook right now, and then yarn over, pull through both of those 2 front loops, and then yarn over, pull through the 2 loops on your hook. And we've just done a single crochet 2 together and we're just going to repeat that all the way around now. So in the next single crochet, work 1 stitch and then work 1 single crochet in the stitch directly after that, and then work another decrease. So I'll show you that again. In the front loop only this time, so the loop closest to you, insert your hook and then put it in to the front loop of the stitch directly after that. So you've got 2 front loops on it, yarn over, pull through both of those front loops, and then yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So we're basically just making a single crochet stitch, but working them in the front loops of the 2 stitches to decrease it together. So you're going to do that one more time, work 2 single crochet, and then work a single crochet 2 together, working through the front loops only. And now we have decreased our way around and we have a total of 9 single crochet stitches. So you can go ahead and move your stitch marker up so we can start the next round. So for round 7, you're just going to work 1 single crochet stitch into each stitch around. So just go ahead and work 1 stitch in each for a total of 9 single crochet. So once you reach the stitch marker, you can go ahead and remove it because we're done working rounds, and you can see our little mushroom bottom, and we're just going to slip stitch into the next stitch to tie off. And you'll want to leave your tail of yarn long enough so that you can sew the bottom of the mushroom to the top of the mushroom, and to add the little cute little mushroom speckles that we'll be adding to the top of the mushroom as well. We will be using this tail, so just make sure you leave a decent length. And you're going to take some polyfill stuffing and go ahead and stuff the bottom of it. And if you don't have any polyfill stuffing, you could use scraps of yarn or something like that to fill it. You really only need a teeny tiny amount, so you can always use your extra tails or scraps of yarn that you have and just stuff it in there. And you want to make sure that you don't overfill it either. So now what we're going to do is sew the bottom of it to the top of our mushroom. So first thing that I did was just weave in the end of the top of the mushroom so that it was out of the way. The one that is in the center bottom of the mushroom top, I actually just left there and tucked it in. I just trimmed it short enough so that it didn't get in the way, and then tucked it into the mushroom bottom. That way I didn't have to weave it in. So just use your needle and just weave this extra tail in back and forth a couple times, and then go ahead and cut the extra yarn. And once you've done that, you can just place it on top of the mushroom bottom. And now we're going to use this long tail that we left on the bottom and sew the 2 pieces together. So go ahead and thread it onto your needle. And now all I did was place the top how I wanted it to look. And I went through all of the 9 stitches around that were on the last row of our mushroom bottom. And I kind of just placed it as evenly as I could on the mushroom top, and then just stuck the needle through both and pulled through. And I just did this all the way around, so you're just sewing it on. It doesn't have to be perfect. You won't be able to see anything from the bottom. Just make sure that when you're sticking your needle through the mushroom top that you're not going all the way through. You just want to stick it through the stitches that are along the bottom. That way everything is hidden. So just do that all the way around, trying to keep things even. So once you've worked your way around and you have the pieces sewn together, don't tie off your yarn or cut it just yet. We're going to use it to make the cute little speckles that are on top of the mushroom. This is really super easy to do. You can just stick the needle up from the bottom all the way up through the top at any random spot. It does not matter, and just pull it through, and then insert your needle back down, making sure that you've moved it over a little bit from where you've popped up, just so that you don't pull the yarn back out, and that way it leaves a little dot So you can just pull it back through. And we're just going to repeat this as many times as you want all the way around the mushroom. I kind of went in a circular motion, so I did them in the center at first and just kind of worked my way around like a circle, and then went towards the outer portion of the mushroom top and did that as well. And when you're on the outer portion, if you don't want the yarn to be showing underneath the mushroom where you've stretched across to make another spot, you can thread your needle through those stitches to kind of hide it a little bit, but you can just do this all the way around, and then after that just weave in the extra end that you have from doing so and cut off any extra yarn, and that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this pattern. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, and I will have the written pattern for this free available on my blog, and I'll link to that in the description box as well. And I also have tutorials available for the pine tree and the stocking that I use on my garland as well if you're following along with that. Thank you guys so much for watching.